and welcome back to Big Ones NFT Blitz version. And today we're going to talk about WAX and WAXP. All right, what is WAX? So WAX is actually a chain, and WAXP is the token in which this economy and chain works on. So one of these, I got into this probably about, I would say, close to almost maybe 2 years ago when I first kind of stumbled on to WAX and the WAX token. And I stumbled on because I went onto a site called NFThive.io. Again, all the links will be in the description below, so don't worry, I'll put everything down there for you to kind of check and click on later. So NFThive.io. The reason why I got into that, because it was actually one of the first sites I really started buying NFTs on. And why was because one of the IPs that was on it was one of my all-time favorites, okay? And it is Robotech. Now, for those who don't know Robotech, it's like an old Japanese manga type cartoon about the future, and I was really into it as a kid, and they were selling the Robotech NFTs. So obviously, I just was drawn straight back to my childhood, and even back then I was collecting Robotech cards and even the actual figurines, and now I could get the NFT version. So I was going nuts on WAX, on NetHive, NFT, sorry, I keep saying NetHive, NFThive.io. And the reason being is, okay, I'll break that up. So first, once you're on the site and you've got your WAX tokens and all that kind of stuff, it's really simple to buy, and it makes it, I think it's one of the easiest. You're literally just buying, and most of these NFTs weren't very expensive, so it was almost a no-brainer. They were around maybe $1, $2, $3, maximum $5 or $6. Well, at least the ones I was selecting. So it wasn't so expensive, and gas is almost zero, if not zero. So you're not even considering that, as if, obviously, if you were on Ethereum and OpenSea, you're always considering about gas. So going back, so Robotech, it got me into it, and it's what really, in some way, I could almost say it's what kind of got me into the whole process of NFTs, because there was an IP that I really wanted to buy, and I found my way to be able to buy that asset. And by doing that, so let's now work backwards. What I found difficult, though, and I must admit, even now if I want to buy more WAXP tokens, I needed to, at that time, you have to download a specific wallet. So it's not actually MetaMask, and then you need to find WAXP tokens. I'm even now trying to remember where I first bought it, if I went to a DEX, or I might have got it on Binance. Again, I can't really remember where I first bought it. That was a couple of years ago. But anyway, just getting all that and setting all of that up took a little bit of time. But of course, once I got it, and as mentioned, and I got onto the site, NFThive.io, boom, I was there. Now, once I got in there, this is where the problem, or the good problem, actually started, is there's a whole lot of other different IPs in there. And I'm going to name a few because I think, to be honest, I think they're one of the few sites that really has some amazing IPs that at least are familiar with me. Now, they've got other ones, and they've got original ones and other stuff all happening in there. But the ones that, obviously, for me and my background and me growing up. So the other one was Street Fighter. So there was Street Fighter NFT. So what did I do? I just bought a whole lot of those. Boom, 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 boom. Again, not so expensive, different kinds. Didn't really know what I was buying, but I said, yep, I want to get the collection. Just like getting those playing cards when you were a kid. You just want the whole damn collection. So a little bit similar. So the next one that they have is Princess Bride. Now, Princess Bride, for those who don't know, probably this generation may not know it, but in my generation, one of the best all-time fairy tale movies, classic movie that really, I think I've already watched it over 10 times and could keep watching it, but just one of those fairy tales that probably last forever. Anyway, The Princess's Bride, and there was Andre the Giant in there, and there was this Spanish fighter, and obviously this princess. So classic, and they were selling literally these NFTs about Princess Bride. So obviously I had to get some of those as well. And then recently, of course, they had Ninja Turtles as well, which was great, but they did, I think it was a collab at the time, so the Ninja Turtles weren't really the Ninja Turtles like in the cartoon, but an interpretation of that working with a brand. And one of the recent ones that I got into was they had Hot Wheels. So Hot Wheels, which is the little cars, so they actually had these cars in like, you know, these kind of plastic boxes, and as NFTs. Obviously, all of this is digital, and no physical ones attached. But you can actually go buy these different Hot Wheels, and you could see them. The way they presented it was literally you could almost touch the car. So I thought that was fantastic. And again, NFThive.io, links in below. So WAX, and that was all under the WAX chain. So I really do see WAX. I listened to one of their spaces recently, and I do think that they're on their way to really, I think they've already done so much. They might be slightly underrated, obviously overshadowed by Ethereum and Solana, but I do see them as being one of the solid chains and tokens for NFTs in the future. So anyway, if you like this kind of video, smash that like, hit subscribe, turn the notification bell, and I look forward to seeing you more soon from here at Big Ones NFT. Gabriel, over and out.